Good morning. It's Friday. It's the Lights Camera Cleveland edition of Tennessee Valley this morning. It's exciting. Do you know why? Camera one, it's exciting because Rob is going to pick a topic. You ready? Go.
Yesterday was opening day of baseball. Slinky, spring is upon us. The birds are chirping. The grass is mowed. Baseball season is here. Who is going to win the World Series?
Not the Chicago Cubs.
This has been an ongoing discussion. As a true fan, we are supposed to always believe that they will win, yet no, they will not.
The nice thing about being a Cubs fan is it frees up my Octobers.
I hate you so much. All over, the Atlanta Braves fans were actually celebrating night before because they had the night game. But all over this great country of ours, the American pastime, baseball, has started. Now, people don't give baseball its due the way they used to.
No.
In the days of our pappies.
I blame soccer.
Do you?
I do.
Explain to camera one.
Camera one, I blame soccer because it ruins everything, really.
We got a great show coming up. We have Bruce Hill from Westwood Baptist.
That's right.
We have Ashley Rayburn to talk about toys and comics and other manner of geekiness, as well as some big news coming up right after this. Play ball! And we're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Rob Alderman. With me, as always, my stalwart traveling companion, the Hollywood Slinky. And it's time for
the big news. This is my favorite part of the television show. Aside from if I take out the parts that I really like, this is on top. And the cool thing about this segment is we get our news straight from the illustrious, infamous, world-renowned piece of print art known as the Cleveland Daily Banner.
That's right. They come by my house. They throw the Cleveland Daily Banner at my door.
It is a flying missile of news.
That's right. Of all things Cleveland. And it lands somewhere in the dirt in the front of my house. I walk down those stairs. I pick up the newspaper, and what do I see?
News.
The truth.
The truth.
The truth. It is our very own no-spin zone.
That's right.
And so here's what we're talking about.
Tell me what
in the
we're talking
Cleveland
about.
Daily.
Let's talk it.
Well, the headline is Working with Life and Death.
Dun, dun, dun.
Carolyn Kendrick retires in 3 weeks after 22 years as the Bradley County Health Department Registrar.
So she is the person who is in charge of registering birth certificates and death certificates. And she's been doing it for 22 years. I can't help but think that has got to be a roller coaster of emotions job.
Yeah, it's like, yeah!
Oh, and then you're down.
Well, here's the thing. It's tough to be in any job 22 years.
That's true.
But lately, on this show, we've been profiling people, most of them work at Cleveland Utilities, that have been at a job for a really long time.
That's right.
Okay, so if I'm out there and I'm looking for a job, I'm looking right here at this job and I'm thinking, man, what a great opening.
There's some longevity
This is
there.
a good opening, people. I know it's tough to find work. Get your resume out. If you like babies, if you like dead people, this is the one for you. If you like babies and dead people, this is the one for you.
So in other news, Bradley County Health Department seeks registrar.
That wasn't actually in the news, but I don't know who
But we know it's in the news.
That may be an internal hiring. There may be somebody who's been waiting 15 years
promote from within.
I don't know what you get. I don't know what you do before that. Maybe you just work with babies.
Or maybe you just work with dead people.
That's absolutely possible. I'll say this.
You know what you do? You know what the lead-in position to that is?
What?
Is the lady who files wedding certificates. Because that's kind of life and death as well.
That is it all happening at once. It's like, yeah, it's like all one thing.
You've died a little inside and you found
Well,
joy.
congratulations, Carolyn Kendrick, and you've served us well here in Bradley County. My hat is off to you. The Slinky's hat is off to you. Bradley County thanks you for your service, registering our babies and our dead people.
Yay.
In other news, Tunes. I'm going to put it in quotes. This is in quotes. Tunes founder named to top 10 glamour list. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, Kaylee Radzaminski, did you do that because you thought I couldn't pronounce the name?
No, I knew you could. No. I just, here's the fact, is that I didn't do the show prep today.
No.
You did the show
I
prep.
did the show prep.
So you know more about our guests. And I know that I normally get to do that.
I know.
Well, look
have
at what
the
I know,
paper.
but I know this is blank paper right here. I don't know anything.
Well, this girl named Kaylee Radzaminski was 14 years old at Cleveland High School.
Right.
And she found a way to entertain troops and started this program called Tunes for Troops. That's the number 4, yo. Tunes for Troops. And she has now went on to college at Tennessee Tech in Cookeville. And she has just
Home of Beecher Hunter.
Bum, ba, ba, and
That's right. Our own illustrious local celebrity, Beecher Hunter,
That's right.
graduated from Tennessee Tech in Cookeville.
And she has been given a $3,000 prize and a free trip to New York City to see where Glamour magazine is published because she's been named as one of Glamour magazine's top 10 college women of 2012.
What did she do? What does Tunes do?
It is a way. You get Whitney horns. Here's the thing, people. Camera one, listen to this setup, okay? I was just set up. Before we came on the air, he said, oh, this is interesting. What's Tunes for Troops, Ryan? And I said, well, the funny thing about that is the Cleveland Daily Banner does this whole article about her winning this prize and how she had created Tunes for Troops. And it never tells what Tunes for Troops is. So you knew I don't know.
You'd know if you were a better American.
I'd know if I read the Times Free Press.
Oh! No, that didn't just happen. That did happen. That's the sort of reason we know we won't have a show for long.
Do you want to hit me back? I kind of earned that one. We'll leave this right in the middle.
Okay, we don't know what Tunes is, but you can bet your bottom dollar it's important.
That's right.
And you can bet that it's patriotic. We're really, really proud of Kaylee Radzaminski for doing it. Look, that's John Harris calling me to tell me that the Atlanta Braves won night before last.
Nice.
Thanks. Go Cubs, Johnny.
Why is he calling you at 6:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I don't know. He does what he does.
It's crazy live television.
Here's the deal. I don't know what Tunes for Troops does, but it's fantastic, and I'm glad that she gets to go to New York and hang out with the folks from Glamour Magazine.
All right. Well,
let's move on.
No local news is complete without a wheel tax update.
That's correct. Wheel tax update. Camera one, when you're filling out and editing this whole thing, I want a wheel that kind of does the Batman thing, like wheel tax update. So anyway, yeah, it's time to rediscuss the wheel tax because that's the thing we all want to discuss.
Mm-hmm. In other news,
here's the deal. The Finance Committee has reviewed the wheel tax.
Oh, good.
They don't like what they see.
Oh, no.
Enough that they want to put an amendment in it.
Oh, yeah?
You want to know what it says?
I do.
The funding of all proposed 2014 capital projects shall be contingent upon Bradley County's ability to incur such debt based upon the revenues collected from the wheel tax to ensure if revenue doesn't come through from a wheel tax, then the funding is not set in stone. So what they're basically telling you, Cleveland, is if you don't vote in the wheel tax,
you don't get
nothing.
the money.
You don't get anything.
Sorry.
We're not going to give you anything, Cleveland, Bradley.
I'm glad they put that in there, though, because what I would have hated was for them to make all the provisions for the money for the wheel tax, and then the Bradley County folks not vote for it, and then they would have been like, uh-oh.
Ready to play a new game?
Sure.
This is called Is Slinky Pro or Against Wheel Tax? Because I don't know that we've ever actually gotten a definitive answer from you, and you live in the county.
I do live.
I live in the city.
I like to give the same sort of answers as the county commissioners do. So go ahead, hit me with the question.
All right, Slinky, I'm a hard-nosed journalist.
Yes, you are.
Are you pro or against the wheel tax?
Well, I'm a firm believer that what's important is that our county commissioners determine exactly what the wheel tax would be, should we have one, and then let the people as a whole decide. Because my personal opinion in this should only count as part of what everyone thinks.
And there you have it in national news. Whitney Houston's autopsy has been released.
Good night!
People have concluded, people smarter than us.
Yes.
It's hard for you to imagine, but there are some. And they have concluded that Whitney Houston's death was due to drowning from effects of a heart disease and cocaine use.
I did not see that coming. Yes, I did.
It's interesting, though, when somebody like that dies. Now, everybody loves Whitney Houston.
Sure.
It was tragic. But one of the most beautiful voices in history that we know of.
That's right.
We know of, Camera One. And what's interesting is, if that was someone else, just somebody, not much of a singer, then when this was released, it would say, person drowns due to cocaine use. But now it is, person drowns due to the heart problem and some cocaine use. It was an accident. You see what I mean? That's the difference. It's like nobody can bear to say, listen, Whitney, and can I be serious?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we can be serious.
All right,
But I'm going to hold the Whitney horn.
I know.
Just in case this goes south.
I know. Here's the facts. And every once in a while I get serious. Okay? For those of you who've been following us for a long time, you know this. I think it's a shame that we take a story like Whitney Houston's and we spin it into this accident that the media then says, look, there was a heart condition, there was some cocaine use, clearly it was an accident, let's all move on. Because I don't think that we're learning from this sort of a thing the way that we could. I mean, the fact is that this is an excellent opportunity to say, listen, when your life gets away from you and you start doing hard drugs, bad things happen. But instead, because nobody can bear to do that to Whitney because she was such a beautiful, she was a giving, caring person. Mm-hmm. She had all sorts of great moments, brought us some of the most wonderful pop songs of the last century. So we can't bear to tell it like it is, when in reality, because she was that wonderful, because she was that person, I think there's a more important story here, and that story is this. Pass that wheel tax. In other news, the Trayvon Martin and Zimmerman case is still ongoing, uncertain evidence.
Also in other news.
Now, listen, I'm going to tell you this about the Trayvon Martin case. Are you ready?
Sure.
I don't need to worry about the evidence because I see everything I need to see on Facebook. Everybody already knows that he is guilty or innocent depending upon your Facebook feed.
And I don't think that it's necessary to even have a trial because, frankly, Twitter is good enough.
That's right. If you put it on Twitter and Facebook,
it must be true.
Then we will figure this out.
That's right. Next up, Rob, last week, you were going to the Bradley County Republican Party Lincoln Day dinner.
I went.
And you left us assuring us all that you would return with a definitive answer as to who the GOP presidential candidate would be.
Now, here's what I'm going to say as our political pundit. I went to the Lincoln Day dinner. Not sure of what I'd find. It was my first Lincoln Day dinner.
Sure.
It was awesome, okay? There was chicken fingers and biscuits from Mrs. Winters.
You know why they call her Mrs. Winters? Because if you've eaten there, you're a winner.
True story. It was wonderful. Everybody there was super nice to me. I had a great time. Chuck Fleischman was there. Scott Desjardins, they're the congressman. And
I like his name.
I do too. Desjardins. Sounds like a spy.
It does.
Doesn't he? Desjardins. Scott Desjardins. Anyway, the fact is that they were all really nice. I met a bunch of cool people. Senator Mike Bell was there. The people who are running for senator were there. It was a cool night. But as a hard-nosed journalist, Camera One, I got to work and I started saying to myself, we still don't know who the Republican candidate is, right? So I began to ask because I thought if anybody's going to know, it's the people in this room.
Absolutely.
Okay? And so there they are, in the Cleveland High School gymnasium eating their chicken fingers. And what am I doing? I'm ignoring my chicken fingers and going table to table to table to table to ask who is the GOP candidate? Who is going to get the nod to run against President Obama? And in the end, it really wasn't that surprising.
Really?
Really. I mean, when you find out who it's going to be, it's going to make perfect sense. It's going to make perfect sense to you, Camera One, and all you viewers at home. That person, according to the folks at the Lincoln Day dinner, and this was, We're talking 99 to 1.
Okay,
people knew this, but I have brought that person on this show.
Live, right now.
Right now, on this show.
Ooh.
The person who
I
will
need to
be
hold
running
on. I'm excited.
in the general election, all right? Your Republican candidate, the puppet.
Well, I should.
The most conservative
Wow.
man you know, the man who stays true to the issues. He's a man of few words, and he is your conservative Republican candidate to run against Obama. I give you the puppet.
I like guns.
Bravo. You know, I was curious if it's, for a long time I've been going, is it going to be Santorum? Is it going to be Romney? Is it going to be the puppet? And
We've been going back and
so
forth on
pleased
this.
to
Puppet,
find out.
Romney, Santorum, Romney, Puppet.
That's right.
Newt Gingrich won a couple in there.
Right. And
You
what
know?
was the other?
But
There were two puppets.
did
the other guy from Papa John's.
That's
or
right.
Whatever, the pizza
right.
guy.
And so, but this puppet right here, he stayed strong to the issues. And we've got him right here to talk about those issues with you right now. So go ahead, Ryan.
Well, I'd like to know, how do you feel about the wheel tax?
I don't know.
You know, honesty from a candidate
That's
is
good.
something's
we
rare.
need an honest conservative in the White House.
What I'm tired of are all these puppets in power. We need to stop that.
Why do
No
you-
more puppets.
Sometimes our puppet sounds like Christopher Walken. Puppets in power.
I dance too.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your platform? What do you believe in?
Well, my platform is currently hollow on the bottom, so someone can control me.
Oh, I don't know that sounds healthy.
That's not appropriate.
Do we want our representative, our political candidate to be controlled?
Now, you know we can't give you much time, Puppet, because everybody wants to be on this show.
That's
and
right.
we have to give the same amount of time to every single candidate. So if you could look at camera one, you've got a moment. This is your moment to address your constituents and just give them your stump speech. Why should they vote for you?
You should vote for me because I'm me.
It only gets worse. Ladies and gentlemen, the puppet. Why do we... In other news, Snooki is still pregnant. We will be back after these messages. You're watching Tennessee Valley this morning.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open in Cleveland. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment, clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, migraine headaches, even sprains and injuries. It is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level, providing an array of health benefits. So whether you're dealing with a weekend sports injury, chronic condition, or looking for anti-aging, you owe it to yourself to explore what Hyperbaric Services can do for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Have you ever wished you'd seen a wonderful music presentation, listened to wonderful music about He's Alive? You've got that opportunity right here on WTNB starting this Sunday morning. Those air times are Sunday from 10:30 till noon, Sunday evening from 9:30 to 11 p.m., and then we're going to follow that up Monday and Tuesday evenings at 7:30 to 9 p.m. and Wednesday evening at 6 p.m.
And we're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley This Morning. I'm Hollywood Slinky. With me is Rob Barefoot Alderman. And joining us this morning now is Bruce Hill from Westwood Baptist Church. So welcome, Bruce.
Thank you.
Before we begin, what is with the bare feet?
You'd know this if you read my Facebook.
Or if we were friends in real life.
Here's the sadness. Are you ready? The sad part of this, Bruce, is that years ago, I got gout in my foot. And once you've had the gout, it doesn't always go away. Like, you can get it again.
Sure.
And you get it if you, like, wrench your foot or you do something wrong. You kind of get a little gap in there. It's very, very painful. And that's what happened to me. A few days ago, I kind of wrenched my foot. And this thing started. It's kind of flared up and gone down and flared up and gone down. I've felt like it was going to go away. It just hasn't quite ever gotten there. And I have a Great Dane. And I went home today, and I was sitting there, and the dog jumped right on my foot. And just wrenched it, and it swelled up. And I just was like, you know what? Camera one loves me. You know, our people at home love me. I'm not going to wear shoes. I didn't want to wear one shoe. That seemed awkward.
True.
Right?
Well, you know, they say that a tart cherry juice will do wonders for that.
You know, I'm hoping that's true. I want to try that because I need to do something because this isn't working for me. This part isn't working for me.
You know, tart cherry juice, amputeeism, there are a few options.
You know, that's what they used to do back in the day. I have it on very good opinion. Bruce, you could maybe weigh in on this. You know, there used to be no cure for the gout. And they would amputate rather than have this pain because I don't need to tell you that inside I'm screaming right now. You can see my eyes and there's pain in here.
So is the puppet.
If we had to, if we had to cut my foot off, true or false, I could rock a peg leg.
You could rock.
Yeah, I could rock.
I mean, you could really rock.
I could rock a peg leg. So if it gets to that, I'm not saying we'll do it on the air, but
we might.
We've been making a lot of promises lately, you know. If it gets to the amputee stage, you know, maybe we bring in Dr. What's his name that's on all these commercials, you know. Which one?
You know, Dr. Sims has a bunch of Civil War era amputee saws in that
yeah, there
case
you go.
Back in his
maybe
back
we'll have
home.
him or make Dr. Ken Scott from Life Care come in here and chop my foot off.
And I make a pledge to you that for every limb that you amputate, I will draw a stick figure picture of you with prosthetics.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I deserve that. Bruce is here.
Bruce. So Bruce is the worship pastor at Westwood Baptist Church. You guys have something special going on this month for Easter, isn't that right?
That's right.
I just asked you a yes or no question. Did you see that? I promised him I wouldn't do that.
Why? Let me show you how a real pro does it. Why don't you tell us about what you have going on this week?
All right. Since you asked, we are doing the worship experience at Westwood, which is dealing with every aspect of the Passion Week and that kind of thing, and all the aspects of Christ's life. And this week, being Resurrection Sunday, we're doing the Resurrection. We have drama and music and and message that goes along with that at 9 o'clock and 10:45, 2 presentations. And then next week, we do something every Sunday morning.
Is it different every Sunday?
Different every Sunday.
So if you miss one, it's like a TV show.
That's right.
If you miss one, you're not going to know, wait, what's going on here?
Episode number 2. Or
Yeah.
But it's all stuff, that people will relate to. Next week, the 22nd, the 15th, we do the white horse when Jesus comes back on the white horse. We have a real white horse coming.
Wow.
And it's Arabian from Johnson City. And then the 22nd, we have cardboard testimonies, people, what their life was like before Christ and what their life is like now. They flip the card over, it tells their story. And then the last week, the 29th of April, we have the Ark of the Covenant. And we're going to be having a song and message and drama and stuff that goes along with that. So every week, it's different.
Now, will Indiana Jones be there for the Ark of the Covenant? Because I happen to know on good authority that Harrison Ford is coming to the Chattanooga area.
That's true. You ought to try to bank on it. You ought to try to get him to come down.
I would love to get him to come in, and if he would do that, that would be awesome. I am a horseman too, by the way. Though.
Yeah.
So are you the one riding this white Arabian horse?
I am not.
You are
I've got Jesus to ride that horse. I'm going to be.
It sounds like someone a little bit more important than Harrison Ford is going to be in town.
I got Jesus himself to do that.
That's wonderful.
They used to call him Jerusalem Jesus.
Yeah.
Really?
And the Temple of Doom.
But we do this every Sunday, 10:45 a.m. Every Sunday there's something different, music, drama, message to go along with it. And then the last Sunday night, on the 29th, we'll have a big Raise the Praise, where we have a big celebration.
So this
Raise the praise.
Raise the praise.
So this
That's
is
right.
This is very different from just a regular Passion Play in that instead of doing the whole Passion Play in one sort of sitting, you're sort of doing the segment of it that pertains kind of to the timeline of the month that we're in.
That's right. Different aspects of Christ's life, and talking about through drama, through visuals, audio, video, through music, through scripture, different things of presenting the gospel. And we just, it's really been exciting to put together. It's different. I've never done it this way before.
Well, I'm a hard-nosed journalist.
You are.
So I'm about to dig in here.
Uh-oh.
Dig.
Look, Bruce, there's a lot of Baptist churches.
Hallelujah.
Right? And they're around doing their Baptist thing. Yeah? Now, there happens to be another one on the other side of town that's kind of big. But, I'm talking about First Baptist.
Yeah.
Now, people don't really talk too much about whether or not there's tension between First Baptist and Westwood Baptist, right?
Right.
They don't really, because it used to be that you're on one side of town and they were on the far side of town, right? But here's the thing. I need to know. I need you to be honest with me. How does it feel to have the much nicer property? Because that farm thing you guys have out there, that thing is completely sweet.
That pavilion is worth it all.
That thing is so awesome.
You need to come over there and let's have a big barbecue. That's the big deal.
I heard today.
A big pig picking,
Listen, you don't have to convince us to be at the pig picking. You let us know when that is, Bruce, and we'll be there.
We are not Jewish. We love pork.
Contrary to what you're going to say on your third Sunday of April.
And speaking of this rivalry that may or may not exist,
what I just made up.
I just read that this other church, we'll call them the first one. They have canceled their Easter egg hunt Saturday morning because they're worried about the weather. Are you canceling your project on Sunday?
Oh no, we don't. No, we're not canceling. So, yeah,
our producer is off. Our producer over here not looking terribly happy with us right now.
I'm just, drama is good television.
It's good television.
Conflict.
I have been out to your pavilion back behind your church. a couple different times. And the last time I was there, my wife works with some different children's groups and things. And we were back there actually to do, in October, we did pumpkin carvings back there and had a great time. And the whole time I was back there, I was like, man, this is awesome. Look at it. I mean, like, there's like rolling hills, places to ride bikes.
It's a gorgeous
and all that.
piece of
But
land.
here's what Bruce
It really
didn't know. You ready? I have been on your property before there was a Westwood Baptist, Bruce. Because a long time ago, I played in a rock band, and I got a phone call from your church to come play Holy Palooza. I did. I played Holy Palooza, which was the groundbreaking of the Westwood. So you go, when you get over there and you want to really sound old school with the Westwood Baptist folks, Bruce, you need to throw that around. You need to be like, when
this
somebody
passion
says,
experience is pretty good.
Yeah.
but
It's
it's
no Holy Palooza.
right. That's what you need to say. You need to say, I mean, that Arabian stallion was nice, but it's no Holy Palooza.
Could we have a video cut of that?
You
That
see
would
what
be-
I'm saying?
That would be awesome.
We need to see if they filmed that. Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be great?
Yeah, that would be great.
No, that would not
I
be
opened
great.
up a
Cameron.
nice can of worms there.
Now tell us.
Back when you were in a T-shirt with a tie on and a
was.
ball cap.
I was the ball cap that led to this. Bruce, you're in charge of these things, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're the worship pastor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's your favorite? You got several coming up. Which one? If I could only be at one. If I'm only
the
going to
passion
of the
experiences?
passion experiences.
Wow.
Let's say I'm going to TiVo the others, but I'm going to tune into one. Right? Which one of these do I tune into?
Wow.
Surely it'd be Easter morning. I mean,
Yeah, I'll just, Jesus coming out of the tomb, Easter, resurrection, that to me is all of the gospel right there.
and it's very timely. The Walking Dead is huge right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Can I interest you in a little Whitney?
Oh my, that just happened. But yeah, Easter Sunday is important. People talk about, people being Easter and Christmas Christians. That those are like kind of the only two times some people even go. So the Easter experience, obviously, very important to the Christian faith. I think it's cool. I think it's exciting that you're doing, you're kind of going all out for that. That's going to be an exciting time.
Is this the first time you guys have done one of these passion experiences?
Well, yes, the passion experience, I've just only been there since November. So, but prior to that, they did like a Cleveland city-wide passion play. Do it one weekend and that kind of thing.
So it was kind of like the traditional sort of
yeah.
thing
So
previously.
So you came in and mixed it up.
Yes.
You were like,
that's
we're not
right.
doing that again.
Yeah.
We're doing something
Well,
new.
yeah, that's right.
I'm sure that went over real well, Bruce.
Well,
I'm sure everybody loved that.
I've gotten a lot of support. They're all behind me anyway.
I'm not always fair, Bruce.
They're all behind me.
By the way, Bruce, I'm not always fair in the way that I say things. Where were you before you were here?
I was in Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
Really? What were you doing there?
Well, I was there worship pastor, and I grew up in Alabama actually.
Yeah.
From there.
Awesome.
And happened to be a Crimson Tide fan, but thought I'd
The
throw
puppet
that,
wouldn't
thought-
like that.
I thought I'd throw that in there.
Yeah, the puppet would
all
not.
these-
The
with all
puppet
these-
is a big Vols
I know.
fan. So I just need to warn you. When you're shaking his hand on your way out of
Yeah.
the studio, just remember the
Yeah.
puppet is a big Vols
He'll
fan.
probably mess me up for good.
Well, welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you.
So, all right. So this is every Sunday morning in the month of April at 10:45, and that's out at the Woodfield Baptist Church.
Westwood.
Westwood. What in the world is
You
that?
blew it.
Now this
Listen,
Sunday,
Westwood.
4001 Georgetown Road.
That's
Yeah.
it. And this Sunday, 2 presentations, 9 o'clock and 10:45, because of the Easter presentation.
All right.
Okay.
Fantastic. And do you guys have a website can people go to if they
Westwoodlife.org.
westwoodlife.org. All right. Well, we end
That's
all of
right.
these important segments with a couple of questions for our guests. So this is where we begin the awkwardness. All right. Question. We're movie guys. So are you a movie guy?
No.
Well, you didn't know this, but the whole reason we got this show is because
That was a yes, no
we
question.
used to have a very popular movie review podcast, and then that landed us a sweet gig on this show on Fridays on Dan Howell's show, where we would do movie reviews. And then that led to the unfortunate decision by him to retire and give us this show. So there's always a little bit of movie in here, Bruce. Okay?
So we believe that you can learn everything you need to know about a person by asking these 4 questions.
Oh, boy.
All right, the first question is, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? I think it would be Raiders of the Lost Ark.
All right, that's a good one.
Okay.
Strong so far.
Okay.
All right, what do you think is the best movie ever made? Doesn't have to be your favorite, but just, the one that you think is the highest quality, the one that was made the best.
Probably, in my mind, Star Wars.
All right.
Well done.
So
Well
far,
done
so
again.
good. All right. What movie have you seen more times than any other?
Secretariat.
All right.
I'm a horseman, so that.
There you go. And then the last question is, what do you think is the funniest movie of all time?
Medea movies.
We talk about those movies all the time.
There's like 80 of them.
Yeah, I mean, by far.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, Bruce, we really appreciate you being on here. And folks can
Absolutely.
go to
Westwoodlife.org.
Westwoodlife.org.
And don't forget, 10:45 and 9.
This Sunday.
This Sunday. And they're going to be doing something new every single time. It's going to be awesome. Enjoy the pig picking in the pavilion. We will be right back with someone you're going to know.
Ooh, I'm giddy.
Ashley Raven.
She's great.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Be caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson, Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what 2 of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much, and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25, 30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Have you ever wished you'd seen a wonderful music presentation, listened to wonderful music about He's Alive? You've got that opportunity right here on WTNB starting this Sunday morning. Those air times are Sunday from 10:30 till noon, Sunday evening from 9:30 to 11 p.m., and then we're going to follow that up Monday and Tuesday evenings at 7:30 to 9 p.m. and Wednesday evening at 6 p.m.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gupta, and I'd like to introduce you to a valuable new healthcare solution here in Cleveland. Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open and accepting patients. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, migraine headaches, chronic fatigue syndrome, and even sports injuries and sprains. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level in the body. This increased oxygen level in our tissues and organs boosts the body's natural healing abilities and allows our bodies to function at a higher level. We will be happy to work in cooperation with your regular physician. However, referral is not required for this treatment. So whether you're dealing with a weekend injury, a chronic medical condition, or looking for anti-aging solutions, you owe it to yourself to explore what hyperbaric oxygen treatment can do for you or your loved ones. I invite you to contact us today for some more information.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we're back. You're watching the Lights Camera Cleveland edition of Tennessee Valley this morning. I'm Rob Alderman. With me as always, the Hollywood Slinky. My gout is in the house. And speaking of my gout, we have a very special guest with us.
Segway.
Someone who is not new to this program. Ashley Rayburn is here. Now, Ashley, it is not easy to get you on this show. It's very difficult to get you on this show.
Which is odd because I'm here every week.
You have the office right across the hall.
I do.
We've known each other for years.
For years.
And you go ahead and feel free to look at camera one and tell them you have a pretty serious stage fright.
Apparently, yeah.
He says apparently. Apparently,
I'm all right now, though.
you're gonna make me look like an idiot.
No, it's only on live stuff. If you edit me, I'm fine. But it's just live stuff. You know, at whatever time it is in the morning.
It's early is what it is.
I have heard, and you can correct me if
tell
I'm
us
wrong,
if this is true or not.
but I have heard that you've been on this show with Joe Palo with a wastebasket sitting beside your
It
chair.
wasn't this show. but I'm fine after like the first 2 minutes.
But it was just out of view of the camera so that you could throw up.
Here's the facts: is that you came in here and you clipped your microphone on, and you had this tissue paper, and you were wiping your mouth. And I said, "Did you throw up?"
I didn't throw up.
But you didn't throw up. But we did know, because we're all such good friends, that you would be fine. And we've been wanting to have you on the show for a while, but we couldn't because a while back, way back, when you were written up in the paper for your He-Man collection,
He-Man.
They were like, you can't have Ashley on the show because we're having him on the show. And we were kind of mad because we like He-Man. Joe doesn't even like He-Man. We got to have you on the show.
My first girlfriend was She-Ra.
That's a really weird.
I'm glad that I am on your guys' last episode. I'm glad that before you get canceled.
Before we talk about Life with Fandom, which is your new website,
right?
I want to talk about the He-Man collection. I'm bitter. Let's just for a second tell everybody you were written up in the paper because of your He-Man collection.
Yeah, I'm a collector of many things, but Masters of the Universe is one of my big things, and I had a display on in the library here at Cleveland State,
or as we like to call it in this studio, upstairs.
Right.
And it had most, not all, but most of my collection on display, probably over 200 pieces on display for about 4 months, 4 or 5 months.
200 He-Mans?
Figures, vehicles, multiple lines.
But they were all from Masters of the Universe?
All from Masters of the Universe, yeah.
What got you into that?
Well, as a kid, I grew up, and obviously I grew up, I hope, but no, I grew up with that line, and I just really liked it. And then I realized as I grew up, I kind of put it in boxes and stuff, and I had this collection in boxes. And then I'd go to a yard sale or a flea market or something and find one. Oh, I'll pick that up. It's a couple bucks. And then it started growing. I'm like, oh, I never had that one. So then it kind of ballooned. And then a few years ago, I'm like, hey, I actually have a collection. So.
Do you have a wife, a girlfriend?
I do. Okay. I am.
I wasn't gonna ask.
I am married. Yeah.
What does she think of all your toys?
She often tells me to pick up after myself and to get them out of sight.
You should really have something to fall back on.
How'd this end up in the library?
Well, I do work here at the college, so we were talking one day, and they have collections, and they were taking one out, and they were like, "Do you know of something we could put in?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." So I promptly found all of my stuff.
You thought this is the
in.
way to get my wife to quit nagging about the fact that my He-Man crap is all over our living room?
It gave me a place to put it for 5 months.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now it's back in my house.
Well, now for 5 months, it was huge for 5 months, though. I mean,
people loved this thing.
You were on,
it was weird.
You were on TV a couple of times, right?
One time TV, yeah.
And then you were in 2 or 3 different newspapers.
2 newspapers.
No matter what I say, you're going to correct me and say it's one less.
He's trying to make you seem so awesome.
I know.
And you were
five
all over the national news. It was local.
0.
No, I was. It was weird. It was really surreal because I was looking up, looking on He-Man websites or whatever, and people from across the. I did, yeah, and people from
How
across.
did you ever get a wife?
People from across the country and the world were posting this article, which was interesting.
So how did...
You know how that translates
Yes,
right through camera?
yes, I know.
When you say something like
That's
that,
right.
you say, I was looking at He-Man websites, and what people at home hear is, I was looking at He-Man websites. And then you're like,
I can destroy myself with very few words.
You're like, I was looking at, it was really neat. People were posting, and they hear, I'll never have a girlfriend. Like, that's like what people hear when you say that.
Well,
you don't need a girlfriend, by the way. You're married. You're married.
Speaking
She's
of
watching this right now.
And speaking of the powers of Grayskull, do you like Mumra? Does that speak to you on some...
Mumra's
Thundercats, man.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because I am married and not a nerd, I guess that's why I
I've
would
been to
mess
your
that
house.
up.
When you said Mumra, people heard, I'll never have a wife either. I don't know. I'm a geek. I'm a total nerd.
It was Skeleton Man?
Skeletor.
Skeletor.
Skeleton Man. Oh my goodness. Segue to new website. Start now. Tell us about your new website.
Well, now it's just going to make me look like a jerk. It's not actually new. I've had it for a while. But it's lifewithfandom.com.
Would you like to get up with that one too?
It's lifewithfandom.com, and I write about, I do blogs, I post pictures of things, I talk about things I like, essentially, which is usually, it might be toys or vintage toys or Doctor Who. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I'll write about whatever I want to write about. Music sometimes.
I don't think people out there in Camera One realize actually how famous you are for this stuff.
It's weird.
Like you run
I'm not
an
really
entire,
famous.
like at the conventions and things, you run Doctor Who panels. You're actually like introduced as the guy who writes Life with Fandom, that
It's
sort of thing.
strange.
Have
It is strange.
either of you noticed that camera 2 has not been used during
I've
this whole
noticed
segment?
it. It's weirded me out a little bit. Not too bad. I just have been
Oh,
like,
look at that.
I felt like I could never look away.
I started
like
wondering
normally.
if Jennifer had went home. She was like, Psh, whatever, I'll be back in an hour. It's fine."
We're gonna have to go in a few minutes. Not yet.
Well,
not yet.
Okay.
Okay, we still have a few. I want you to know. I'm keeping track here. But have you noticed he sounds incredibly like the new GOP candidate?
I've been so distracted. Camera 2, can we get camera 2 again? Look right into camera 2. Have you noticed how much with his cut hair, he looks like Steve Hartline? It's wigging me
like
out.
a weird mixture of Steve Hartline and Steve Buscemi, kind of put together. Kind of a little.
So an attractive Steve Hartline.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us about your blog.
Well, I just did.
No, I mean,
he did. No,
really
he did,
tell us.
Rob. He did. Just
Sorry, I
heard.
I was looking at a He-Man website. I did. It was.
So have you found has your blog taken off after doing this?
Yeah, a few. There's the thing I found with the blog is that I've met other bloggers, and then we start communicating back and forth, and then I know I met other bloggers. I was at a toy convention. But I've met other people with similar interests, and we kind of go back and forth, and the views start ballooning. Another project I have is called New Monster, and we are doing a web series about collectors, different people that collect things, toys, pop culture, memorabilia, whatever that
We want to get you've actually got a partner in that.
Yeah.
And we want to get him on this show.
Yeah, and he'll be on in a few
we want to
weeks,
get
probably.
him on in a couple weeks to talk about New Monster. The thing that started this all was a YouTube video, really, that started your fame, right? Where you were unboxing something.
Yeah, I did do that didn't really start it. That just got a bunch of dislikes
I
on
was
YouTube.
famous way before that.
No, I mean that
humility,
wasn't until
my
well
friend.
after that.
Is astounding.
Yeah, I like He-Man. I opened a box. Now I'm famous.
I did it. I've done some unboxings, yeah.
Oh man, it's funny. People are gonna be so angry at us for the way we're acting right now because they don't realize how good a friend.
Well, I mean, we've known each other for 15, 16 years, so
it's ridiculous.
So you've got the blog, you've got the vlog, you've got all this stuff going on, the collections and stuff, and you don't just collect He-Man, you also collect Doctor Who stuff.
Doctor Who stuff, 80s. We call them vintage now, but vintage 80s toys, things like that.
And then this weekend, you're actually selling stuff at a
I
convention.
vend. My brother and I vend vintage
Is that
toys.
what the vend? Is that what? Is that
It's an
industry
entire
jargon?
term for sell.
We sell stuff basically to build our own collections up. So we sell and trade and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
So if people want to see you this weekend, where do they go?
That is in Knoxville, and it is.
It's tomorrow, right?
It's Saturday.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. That's right, tomorrow. And it is off Cedar Bluff, the Holiday Inn right off Cedar Bluff, the Cedar Bluff exit, which is
that's like the
third
main.
or fourth.
Yeah, that's like the main
Knoxville
exit.
Yeah.
So at the Holiday Inn off Cedar Bluff.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there.
I'm gonna be there with
vending.
a lot of other vendors.
Will you have stuff to autograph if
No.
people want to?
I don't think anyone wants.
Will
me to
you
autograph
buy my
anything.
Transformers?
I have been trying to for like the last 6 months, and
Is that true?
Yeah.
it's true.
sell 'em?
He won't give me he won't even return my
Let me
text.
tell you something about Slinky. We made a lot of fun of you, but if you ever go in Slinky's collection room,
I've been
he
there.
needs to sell some stuff. You need to sell some stuff.
I
Pick
keep-
one.
I
Is
keep
it
sending him.
Transformers?
No,
is it Star Wars?
no,
or is
the-
it
the
Disney?
Keep sending him
Transformers
texts
are
and he won't
going
respond.
first.
Okay,
That's-
so
we're
the
that far,
Transformers
so.
are going. Can we broker a deal right now here on live television?
We really, I've found even more since last time we
Yeah.
saw the collection. So
We'll-
it's
we'll
really
need
got to
to
be.
renegotiate.
All right,
It has
fine.
to be assessed. But when that happens, we'll bring them here.
I like that idea.
We'll
I
do
also
a deal on national television.
And
right
I
here.
pledge for every Transformer of mine that he buys, you, Rob Alderman, is going to draw a picture of that Transformer
I am.
standing next to a famous Cleveland person.
I'm going to do it. Most of them will be Tom Rowland. We will be right back after this. Thank you for being on our show. Oh, you got to ask him the question?
I know it's so. Well, I thought you weren't going to.
We're running out of time.
I thought you weren't letting him because he had said, "I'm so excited about getting the 4
Yeah, I
questions."
wanted to go to commercial.
All right, we'll go real fast. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Be excellent. What is the best movie ever made?
Star Wars.
What movie have you seen more times than any other?
Empire Records.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, and then the last one is, what do you think is the funniest movie ever made?
Probably Monty Python on the Search for the Holy Grail.
You said we weren't going to like any of those answers.
I didn't think you'd like Bill and Ted.
What?
As my favorite movie, I thought you'd.
This segment ends on a big disappointment. Ashley, thanks for being on our show. We'll be right back with like a 2-second preview.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Have you ever wished you'd seen a wonderful music presentation, listened to wonderful music about He's Alive? You've got that opportunity right here on WTNB starting this Sunday morning. Those air times are Sunday from 10:30 till noon, Sunday evening from 9:30 to 11 p.m., and then we're going to follow that up Monday and Tuesday evenings at 7:30 to 9 p.m. and Wednesday evening at 6 p.m.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gupta, and I'd like to introduce you to a valuable new healthcare solution here in Cleveland. Hyperbaric Services of East Tennessee is now open and accepting patients. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is an incredible treatment clinically tested for a variety of physical and neurologic conditions, including autism, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, migraine headaches, chronic fatigue syndrome, and even sports injuries and sprains. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a simple, safe, and painless process that raises a patient's oxygen level in the body. This increased oxygen level in our tissues and organs boosts the body's natural healing abilities and allows our bodies to function at a higher level. We will be happy to work in cooperation with your regular physician. However, referral is not required for this treatment. So whether you're dealing with a weekend injury, a chronic medical condition, or looking for anti-aging solutions, you owe it to yourself to explore what hyperbaric oxygen treatment can do for you or your loved ones. I invite you to contact us today for some more information.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson, Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. I get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Right after this. And we're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley This Morning. And it's time for the preview review.
That's right. Preview review is where we tell you people what you should see this weekend based on us not seeing it, because we're just that critical.
And the first movie up is Titanic 3D.
That's right. This one stars Leonardo DiCaprio back when he was skinny and Kate Winslet back when she was fat.
That's true on both accounts.
And it's in 3D, coming right at you.
Here's the deal. I hate 3D.
I do too.
I am tempted to say don't go see this because it's in 3D. But what I'll say is this. Watching the trailers has actually reminded me that, like, you know, that's back when we used to talk about how nobody would like Leonardo DiCaprio just because he was Leonardo DiCaprio. And, you know, the fact is this was a good movie.
Yeah. You know, you can't go on to make over, you know, $1 billion, almost $2 billion worldwide. You know, there was something there.
You can if you're Creed.
Right. Well, yeah, okay.
Or Nickelback.
Okay. So anyway, but the point is, you know, I'm going to grade this one because I think that time has given it a worse reputation than it deserves.
I agree. I'm also giving this one a great. And take your sweet lady friend out to go watch this
That's
one.
right. Ashley, would you like to go with me? And then the other one is American Reunion. This one stars the original cast of the American Pie film. Jason Biggs, Allison Hannigan, Sean William Scott, Chris Klein, and all your favorite memories of band camp.
That's right. Now they are saying, the reviews of this thing are saying it's awful good.
That's right. You know,
the first one is awful good.
The first one's awful good. The second one is awful. And then the American Wedding was okay. And then there's about 12 direct-to-video sequels that were all awful and didn't star any of these people. And now we have American Reunion coming back for a 10-year class reunion. Right. I'm going to grade this one because you know what? I think that sometimes enough time passes that sequels really kind of kind of work out?
This one works out for me on the level, and I wish I had more time to tell you about it, but I don't. I wish this is what they would do with Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think it's time for something like this. Yes, it's going to be filthy. If you don't like that sort of thing, don't go. If you liked the first one, I think you've probably aged along with these folks, and it's time to watch this one.
Yeah.
And, so I'm going to give it a grade as far as for what it is, but obviously, this thing's going to be deep into an R rating for a reason.
Yeah. So
They all were.
I think that was a pretty okay show, my friend.
Yeah, I think it was a good show today, too. I want to thank our guests, Bruce and Ashley, and our GOP puppet. And we'll see you next week.
May the gout be with you.